Hello and welcome to another one of those Tinto-flavored Dev Diary doodads where we have a look at one of the countries that you may want to play in Europa Universalis 5, the game we're all incredibly hyped about that is coming out in, oh good lord, like 2 weeks' time, and I still have to make a whole video playing the game. I'm a little intimidated by the task that I have ahead of me. I'm allowed to make a video on the 31st showcasing the game. We're given so little in the way of like restrictions when asking how long is our video supposed to be. The answer is within reason. The hell does that mean? Last time we had 30 minutes, no longer, and people still went a little bit longer, but no longer than 30 minutes. And now it's like, oh yeah, just the task is intimidating, and I haven't even started recording it. So anyway, this is just me rambling about randomness. If you're interested in seeing whatever I end up coming out with on the 31st, hit the subscribe button. If you're interested in playing the game when it comes out, feel free to use my affiliate link. It's in the comment below. Let's go and have a look at the Kanem Empire. Is this one of the countries that you are interested in playing in Europa Universalis 5? We're going to be looking at Songhai as well. Two of the West African countries that will have content besides Mali, those are Kanem Bornu and Songhai. So, the dawn of the 14th century saw the last remnants of the Seyfawa struggle amongst each other for scraps of power, holding on to what little legitimacy we have left. My Salmama is adamantly attempting to keep our people together as internal and external threats, make their play from the shadows. This is certainly a turbulent time, one that will either arm our people with the determination to move forwards and evolve it, or break us, relegating us from a footnote in the history books. So, the Kanem Empire, led by Mr. Mai Selmama. What do we got going on here? 451,000 pops, that's a pretty decent amount. Tax base pretty low at 8.37. 32 locations. Majority of your pops are Kanembu, mostly Sunni as well. Yeah, I mean, the location isn't anything really great. It depends on what the RGOs really are, which you can't really tell from these images. But we also have, of course, a Diplo map. There is a question that I can find. Basically, Fizan is a vassal. All of these guys are tributaries. So you're starting off very, very safe. On your western flank are people who give you money, and on your northern flank there is people who is directly tied to your country, and then in every other direction is stuff that you can colonize or just nothing there. So you're incredibly safe. Incredibly safe. We start off with a unique crown privilege, although 1 out of 1, that's certainly awkward. I guess this is going to be something that reduces the amount of reforms you have? Nope, I don't know why you're only getting 1 out of 1. I don't think I've ever seen that before yet. Either way, we have the Banu Humeri amendments. Lowering your crown power sucks. Clergy estate happy, really good. Legitimacy down kind of sucks. Progress to traditionalists. Yeah, I would try and get rid of this as soon as I could. A confused system of lineages and administration, this set of succession, amendments, and laws was implemented by the first ruler of the Seyfawa dynasty, Banu Humay, who aimed at imposing a set of religious obligations and a demonstration of piety by the ruling dynasty. The nobles start off with a few unique stuff as well. The Kaigama, giving monthly armor tradition for a cost of legitimacy. It's fine. I mean, I don't really care for this. The Kaigama is the governor of our southern territories and the chief of our army. With power, vigor, and tremendous influence, nobles that hold this title have at times even played the role of kingmakers as they decide who the ruler shall be. We have the Yerima for, again, the nobles. 10% levy size, obviously pretty good. Yerima is the governor of our northern territories and in charge of levying able-bodied men for the lower costs of our armed forces. While not enjoying as much influence as the Kaigama, we may soon come to rely on the influence imposed by the Yerima via the officer's recruitment efforts as we struggle against foes, exterior and interior alike. And we have the Sema Fiefs again for the nobles, giving procs cost. Awesome, amazing modifier that I want in every game ever. This is really, really good. As a reward for their success in battle, we choose to grant frontier territories to our military commanders in a way to ensure their loyalty and improve the long-distance influence that our capital should have on our borderlands. I don't know why this accent is coming out. Put it away. put it away. We're fine. We're good to go. We also have the Gurgum art made in... Sorry. Yeah, Gurgum is the work of art. It's in Najimi. Sorry, origin is Najimi. In 1087, Royal Chronicle of Kanem. It contains a list of kings and the dates and durations of their reigns. Very nice. Some advances that they will get as well. We have the Grayat in the First Age. Setting cabinet member cost. I don't know if I've ever really noticed this being a massive issue. Generally, you're going to... It scales with your tax base. So, of course, as you get further into the game, it's going to cost you more, but you'll be making more money. The only time I've ever seen this be an issue is when I have gotten... If I've done a bit of a... In EU4 terms, it'd be a dev cycle, but in EU5 terms, like, I've just made a lot of money, and I'm going to open my RGO auto builder and then just build everything and spend all of my money at once. And then, oh no, my guy just died. But then you're just waiting like a couple of months, and you can set your guy again. It's not anything interesting, really. Possible number of artists is quite nice, though. It does increase your prestige and your cultural influence, which is quite nice. We have the Saharan caravan stops, unlocking the caravan stop building. Trade between sub-Saharan Africa and North Africa has been part of our identity for centuries. The journey across the vast desert, even with the many years of accumulated experience, is taxing and dangerous, though. The key to securing Saharan trade is the caravan stop, a place where merchants and their caravans could stop and rest on their way through the desert. And here it gives you some trade adventures, trade capacity, built in cities, towns, and rural. And I assume this green tick is going to say can only be built on desert tiles, I would assume. They can be built in the Persia region, the Arabia region, Egypt, Maghreb, and Sahel. Okay, so, yeah, you can just build these frickin' everywhere. Like, I would spam these out like a mother. Anyway. Honestly, though, really, really good building. Yeah, trade advantage and trade capacity, that's kind of huge. Those are really, really good. It does require gold, though. Requiring gold as a production method is a little painful. It's a little painful. I do like the idea that salt is involved, because one of the things that... I don't know if this is urban myth or if this is actually how it's done, but to... you can't... The myth is that you bring a camel along, so you cut into its hump and you could drink the water that's held there. That's just not how it works at all. But one thing that I do remember hearing about is that before bringing the camels across the desert, they would force feed them like a ton of salt, which made them very, very thirsty, which then they would drink a lot of water, like just a lot of water, which is stored in the fat cells that are in the hump. It's close enough, I guess. Which allowed them to basically, travel long distances because, there's more water in them. But yeah, that's why the salt is there. I find that really, nice that they've added that, if that is the reason it's there. But gold, that's painful. That's painful. I suppose for Kanem, there's probably a lot of gold down there, so you might not be having too much trouble, but it still feels painful. We also have the Sudano-Sahelian architecture giving minus 10% build cost. Fair enough. Always a nice modifier to have. Grassland savannas and deserts of West Africa are poor concerning suitable resources for construction projects. The usage of mud bricks and adobe plaster reduces the cost of building significantly. It's the only time adobe has been mentioned in the context of reducing cost. That has never happened before. Also giving them a distinct, pleasing to the eye style. We also have 4 unique buildings, I guess, for the Kanem Bornu. Ribat Fortifications, unlocking the Ribat building, which is truly terrible. Truly, absolutely awful. Minus 5% unrest. I don't really think this is super useful. It's a fortress. It's a fortification. This should give garrison size, fort level, something along those lines, because this is just... ugh. Not actually a fan. Just reducing unrest for 400 ducats. I mean, it's going to be cheaper because, of course, we have Sudano-Sahelian architecture, where you can also reduce the cost of lumber, I guess, is their only construction material. So we're looking at probably 350. Yeah, no, this is kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Fixed military camps, though, in the Age of Reformation, requiring also siege artillery, the institution. I believe that's the institution at least. Army attrition and reinforcement speed, always nice to have as well. By this time, you are heavily into professional armies, where attrition actually matters a lot more. Reinforcement speed, obviously, you want. Yeah, awesome. We have the Kanem siege tactics, movement speed without road, plus 5%. Really good, cool. Siege ability, 10%. Awesome, absolutely fantastic modifier. Really like my siege ability. Iron helmeted musketeers in the Age of Reformation requires arquebusiers. Okay, this is definitely not a institution. This is a technology. So yeah, instead of arquebusiers, these guys are getting iron helmeted musketeers, and this is a technology. I think I scrolled past it. Yeah, this is just technology. Fair enough. Okay. But the Iron Helmeted Musketeers, they are doing more shock damage. They take less morale damage. They're fine. They're fine. They're okay. I will say the thing that I look for the most in, especially infantry, block regimented infantry, is I like initiative. If I can get my infantry, my bog standard blocky dudes on the front lines ASAP, I am a happy camper. Big fan of initiative for these guys. But these guys, anyway, are skilled soldiers who wear iron helmets for protection and wield muskets as their primary firearms. These troops have come to dominate the battlefields. They serve as infantry troops in various armies across Africa under the banner of some of the most powerful rulers. Loading their muskets with black powder and lead balls, that's all musketeers, aiming and firing at their enemies from a distance, also all musketeers. Their thunderous volleys have stopped many charges in their tracks, while their iron helmets provide vital head protection during battles and skirmishes. These musketeers play a crucial role in the evolution of warfare, introducing firearms as a significant force on the battlefield. Very nice. There's 14 DHEs as well, dynamic historical events. We have the founding of Nagazargamu. Nailed it. While Bornu is a rich area, fully worthy to be the capital of our kingdom, defending it has always been a problem. From the east, our old enemies, the Bilala, frequently raid our lands, and frequent succession wars also highlight the need for more fortified capital. Plans have been drawn up for the creation of a fortified city past the western shore of the Lake Chad in Nagazagarmu to ensure the future safety of our dynasty. And then you get a free town, which, when you're a poor nation, a free town is like huge. It's so nice to get. And then we get the location there as well. It's flatlands, grasslands, so this is not terrible for a for a city anyway, or a town. Prefer farmlands, which is like this grass, but it's slightly more splayed out. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Does it say what their trade good is? Cotton. It's fine. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good, because then you can turn that cotton straight into, your cloth, and then you can have like a tailor shop in your town. Yeah, it's not bad. We have the reforms of Maisal Mama. Inspired by what we've seen on his Hajj, Maisal Mama decided that the Kanem Empire must modernize its army and economy. He has already begun to take steps to strengthen our cavalry arm, invite Turkish gunners, and adopt the administrative techniques he's seen among our Muslim brothers here and in Mecca. So we have this event from EU4, sort of. Economy and army, focus only on the army, focus only on the economy, and then we also have focus on the administration to add in a little bit of extra. But yeah, no, it's military reform. It's military reform. Although that's just army and navy in EU4. But no, it's cool. I like it. We have the slave trade in Kanem. As it happens in various parts of the continent, so too our economy depends largely on the influx and utility of forced labor. The frequent raids propped up by our army and local warlords supplied our markets with fresh manpower to serve in every corner of our society. What I will say is I am not actually a fan of the fact that the start of this sentence, the start of this DHE is basically trying to justify it. It's like, as happens in various parts of the continent, it's like, yeah, I mean, Yes, that's obvious. I don't feel like it needs to be stated. It's like almost showing remorse for it. Like, if you're playing as Kanem, you are engaging in the slave trade. Own it. I don't know. I don't know. It feels a little weird. It feels a little weird. It's like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know we do it. Everyone else does it, so we do it too. Okay, I guess. Anyway, however, due to our recent advances and investments in these activities, we have accumulated a profound number of these people. Thus, it falls on us to decide whether we wish to continue investing in these raids and magnify the flow of conquered people within our market, or decide to grant them a position within our society and allow them to flourish as parts of it. So you can integrate them or just get more of them from trade. We also have a unique disaster, the crisis of the Seifawa dynasty. Dire times upon us, the sky is split with red clouds, and droughts, as well as famines, have taken hold of the land as we brace ourselves for the inevitable. Our enemies are many, but our determination for survival shall hold. We must arm ourselves with the courage to protect our families and people from this new catastrophe. However, many advisors in our court dispute our fervent call to action and instead support the idea of giving up some of the worthless land we have in the name of peace. So if it fires, you lose a bunch of crown power, state satisfaction, legitimacy, and the rebels will grow faster. And to end it, you need 40 stability and 90 legitimacy. Fair enough. Alright, easy enough. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's very doable, very possible to get out of. We have the Bilala raid. Bilala people have been the thorn in our side for a long time. Their continuous raids in our country are becoming bolder by the day, and their presence among our own people is starting to reach problematic levels. Their recent incursion into Masuro has but encouraged others among their kind to settle further inside our borders. If this continues, they'll become an unstoppable pest. Alright, well, that is Kanem. Is Kanem a tag that you are interested in playing? For me, if I'm playing in Africa, I'm more looking at Mali. Songhai doesn't exist at the start of the game, as far as I'm aware, so not them. But you know, we're gonna go see what Songhai. I think Songhai is like released from Mali at a certain point, or maybe not anymore actually, because Mali did just get split up into a bunch of countries. They have a bunch of vassals now, rather than just being one big block. So maybe Songhai is on the map. Anyway, but yeah, let me know what you think of Kanem as we go and read about Songhai. The regions of the Sahel and Guinea slowly transitioned from the desertic lands of the Sahara Desert to the coasts of the Gulf of Guinea, passing by the savannas of the Sahel and the jungles of the lower Niger River. Across these lands, the empires of Mali and Kanem control vast areas of the Saharan trade routes, while other peoples, such as the Mossi, Hausa, or Yoruba, wait for their moment to consolidate their respective lands and expand over their neighbors. Over. And it happens. But yeah, look, the Paradox has not been immune from the... There was quite a lot of... How do I put this? Fear about AI for a while, and certainly some of the earlier ones of these Tinto flavors, when they had the descriptions, there was accusations of, this is clearly written by AI. I feel like when you have pretty obvious spelling mistakes, it's unlikely that there is AI. Either way, County of Songhai start with 153,000 pops, 1.62 tech spaces, absolutely dreadful. Mostly Songhai culture, mostly Sunni, and they start, as a vassal of Mali. So here they are in all of their glory. They're not very big, but you know what? We can change that. Songhai starts as a subject of Mali, a rework we made after the feedback we received in the Tinto maps. Its structural content relies upon its advances. Songhai is 12, but they'll be showing 6 as per usual. So we have the stories of the Kanem Empire giving monthly army tradition. I'm not sold on this modifier. I have not really seen it as a decisive factor in my game so far. Maybe that is just me not knowing, but that's entirely possible. But yeah, maybe it's actually really, really useful, but I haven't really seen it be very impactful. We have the gold to salt trade, giving some trade advantage, really good. Institution growth, you're really going to need this if you're in Africa, 100%. I mean, I need it everywhere, but huge. We also have the Hajj, giving monthly prestige, and modernization of the military, giving discipline. Great modifier, of course, as you should all be aware. I still prefer the EU4 discipline symbol. I know it's basically the same. It's a dude's hand with a whip, but I don't know. The EU4 one was just, I don't know, better. I don't know. While most of the content is narrative portraying the rise of Songhai in parallel to the decline of Mali. So in order to preserve the history of Songhai, Abd al-Rahman Sadi has started recording its history in the chronicle dubbed as Tariq al-Sudan. We can try to fund him, but he's fixated on completing it even without the help. I mean, he's going to be there for a while, I think. Rush the Tito flavor not triggering the event on the proper date. I mean, I feel like that's fine. We also have the Corps of Warriors. Although Songhai has proven to be capable of defending itself from any external threats, the militarism within the country has allowed new ideas to rise. One of them is that of a professional army, reorganizing the provinces in a manner that would make it much easier to distribute our manpower all around the country. That needs changing. David Gao is obviously in the project, already having found a small army of full-time warriors. You may be able to create a standing army to dominate the rest of Guinea. Let Songhai rise with the new army. You unlock Songhai Militant Society Gov reform. Gain some tradition, lose some money. But it lets you build Kumina headquarters and get some recruitment speed as well. Also, progress to quality. I do like quality. Kumina headquarter, monthly manpower plus 10 is actually huge, but you can only build it in cities, which is a painful thing. Like, those kind of, that hurts. Cities are like 1,700 ducats to upgrade to. So unless Sub-Saharan Africa starts with a bunch of cities, which, I don't know, maybe they do. That's going to be painful. You're not going to be able to build a whole lot of these. We also have the rise of Muhammad Askia, rising from the crib. With turmoil in Songhai, new men have risen against us, ready to claim the throne. One of them is Muhammad Askia, an ambitious and intelligent noble who stands in direct opposite. I don't know if he can stand. He's, Rose asleep. He's crawling. He's crawling in direct opposition to Count David Gao. He amassed several spotters and now demands the throne. We have the town of Jenne. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. With our rise to power in Sahel, the town of Jenne has seen newfound prosperity. Specifically, the ulama there have been enjoying a luxurious life, slowly turning the location into a center of learning. Perhaps we can provide our aid to accelerate the process. Very nice indeed. So yeah, I'm very late to this one. This came out on Tuesday. It's now Monday. I apologize for that. Again, I've been a little busy and a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit intimidated and a little bit just yeah. But that is Kanem and Songhai. But we have a few comments to go over. So Maffer here pointing out Songhai didn't exist in 1337. Gao was ruled by a king who was a vassal of the Mali Emperor, so it'd be better if the country started as a tier 3 kingdom rank called Gao and changed the name once they got independence. So probably saying that they are aware, but taking into account the limited time they had to make reworks when they tackled it, thought it'd be a more optimal solution for the release version of the game, so it may change in the future. That's fair enough, but I don't know, if you're aware that a country doesn't exist and it is an easy fix to have it be something that can just change, you know, get independence and your country name changes, that doesn't feel too difficult. Maybe that should have been done. But is Gao a recognizable name on the map as much as Songhai? No. Should that matter? No. I don't know. I feel like this will be changed in future, to be honest. Is there a way for Kanem to change its name to Bornu? Yes, there is a DHE specifically for that. What subject types does Kanem have? All are tributaries except Fez, which is a vassal. And then finally, this looks like a scam, and he's talking about the Ribat. It's terrible, terrible building. Expecting to raid religious enemies for slaves to be available for Kanem. So all African countries have this advance available since the Age of Traditions, which unlocks a CB that allows you to raid slaves. So you get slave raiding wars. But yeah, that is Kanem and Songhai. Let me know what you guys think. Are these tags that you're interested in playing? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow with some Poland. I would do this. I'm gonna do this one. But anyway, thanks all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.